Court is now in session with the Honorable Judge Sean B. Perkins presiding. While court is in session, there will be no smoking, eating, drinking, sleeping, and or laying down. I will ask that if you have on any hats or hoodies that you please remove them unless due to religious purposes. Thank you, everyone. Good morning, Judge. Good morning to everyone.
Good morning, everyone. Okay, is this Mr. Lockhart? Jamil Lockhart? All right, Mr. Lockhart, have we had this discussion before?
Yeah, I'm here on behalf of the defendant, Jamil Lockhart, and you're making a special appearance.
Excuse me, sir, but this type of silly rhetoric is what got you 30 days to begin with. So why would you now step into court again spouting the same nonsense? It clearly didn't work before, and it's not going to work now. What in the doohickey is wrong with you, sir?
All right, well, you got to make your special appearance to the Wayne County Jail. I told you that the last time.
Yeah, so I filed a notice of removal for all of these cases because I don't believe that this court is capable of acting in an unbiased way.
Well, it's a good thing this court doesn't operate off your beliefs.
But I mean, there's been no response from the city, but to this point, I mean, just the last court date we had, perjury was committed. I mean, you guys put on the record that I failed to appear, and I spoke to you.
You did fail to show up to the Wayne County Jail. You were ordered to do 30 days in the Wayne County Jail. You haven't showed up. You still haven't showed up. So you're still disobeying. No, let's not do this. This is how it started the last time. You're still disobeying the court's order, and you have to do 30 days. You have to present yourself to the Wayne County Jail. You have a warrant out for your arrest. And before we go over this other stuff, you got to go. You have to go to the Wayne County Jail. All right.
So this sovereign fool already has a warrant issued for his arrest for not obeying the court's order for him to turn himself in and do 30 days in jail. Yet he shows up to court making demands. There is seriously something wrong with this dude.
Yeah.
Okay, sir. So
I said what
I can increase the time if you can take to not be compliant.
Your Honor, I apologize for interrupting the proceedings. May I have a breakout room with this litigant, please, and thank you.
I don't know if he wants to speak to a lawyer, but he can if he needs to. He has that right to do so. You want to speak to the lawyer, Mr. Lockhart, or no?
Yeah, sure.
Join the room, please.
6 hours later.
Miss Harris, what's gonna go with Mr. Lockhart? So I don't know why he's still sitting here.
Well, Your Honor, if the court will allow, we would like to attempt resolution of the matters that are on the docket. So I would ask if the court could stay the contempt proceedings and allow him to handle these matters.
No. It's been well over a year. No, he's gonna have to go turn himself in, and we'll deal with it that way.
Your Honor, if the court could, just in the interest of justice and judicial economy, if he could resolve these matters, if he's still gonna have to do the 30 days in Wayne County Jail, if at time of sentencing, it could all be wrapped up together, just to not further delay his constitutional right to speedy trial.
He's delayed his rights. He's delayed his rights to a speedy trial.
And I do have a resolution, Your Honor.
No, I don't want it. I'm not even gonna entertain it.
I'm so glad to see that this judge isn't going to play around with this sovereign citizen. He was supposed to turn himself in, and that's it. You give this fool no leeway. He brought this on himself. Now you come into court acting all dumb, and then at the end of the day you leave out of there with a 30-day sentence, but you don't follow the court's rule and turn yourself in, and you show up to court acting stupid again. No, the court owes this man nothing. Go turn yourself in, and then you can possibly start fighting those charges. And this is ridiculous. All of this is over some traffic tickets or something. I can't believe these sovereign citizens actually are stupid enough to ruin their lives over some traffic tickets.
That ship has sailed. We tried to give him that opportunity a long time ago. He kept being contemptuous in the court. He comes with these far out legal theories that he has that I quite frankly, don't know where he's coming from on that. No, I'm not gonna even entertain that with it.
And Your Honor, I completely understand the court's position. I completely understand if he still has to do the 30 days Wayne County Jail, but I think that he was potentially misguided, did not understand the finer points of the law, court rules, and courtroom behavior and procedure. So now that he has the assistance of counsel, which I'm not saying that he didn't have the assistance of counsel before, if the court would allow him.
We offered him counsel then. He denied the counsel. Go back and look at the video. It's got over 270-some thousand views on it. And I told him that 30 days will give him an opportunity to read up on the law and so he can make it and understand how this process goes. So go ahead to the Wayne County Jail. You can take they probably have some legal books there, and we'll hear these matters when you come out, sir.
Now, you know what I find ironic here is the mere fact that this lawyer is fighting so hard for this sovereign citizen to not have to go to jail and to, you know what I'm saying? She's actually trying to help him. But let a sovereign citizen tell it. Lawyers work for the court and they don't help you. But yet we have video evidence where this lady is trying her darndest to help this sovereign citizen. So I hope future sovereign citizens see this. And when you hear people run around with the rhetoric saying, oh, don't trust the lawyer is there for the courts first, you can see that all that is garbage. This lady is really trying to help this fool.
Your Honor, is any of this on the record or no? Or did we not?
No, it's not on the record because I didn't call the cases. I'm going to continue on. That appears to be Charles Gardner.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Your Honor, am I allowed to go back in the breakout room to explain that to Mr. Lockhart? Because he seems to have had a change of heart if the court would allow him to at least.
Maybe he can go turn himself in and you can file an appeal, file something to get him heard before the court, and they can zoom in from the Wayne County Jail and we'll resolve it that way. But until he turns himself in, he's got a warrant out for his arrest. He's had this warrant out for I don't know how long. I can look back into the record, but and he's never presented himself. So he was contemptuous then. He continues to not follow or obey the court's orders. So he has to go do the time. Or hire himself a lawyer to get it back in front of the court. But until we get the first matter resolved that we had, we're not going to get into the other matters.
Much respect goes out to this judge. He is laying the hammer down.
The contempt proceedings arise out of his appearance in court. So he's still not allowed to just resolve these before he commits himself to the Wayne County Jail?
No,
Okay, Mr. Lockhart, join the breakout room.
all right. And that'll conclude it. I still see Mr. Lockhart here, you know. I don't know what else to do, what else you can do for him, Mrs. Harris.
So, Your Honor.
She continues to disobey the court order, just continues to do so.
And Your Honor, I dare not say, well, I don't know. I don't think that it's an intentional. Well, I can't
It's
say
not
that.
intentional. Wait a minute.
I don't think,
So
I'm gonna take that back. I'm gonna take that back. I think he has good intentions. I think he now has a better understanding of everything that is taking place.
I don't think so, because he came in here talking about he's appearing on behalf of the person Jameer Lockhart. So I think he's on the same path as he was that got him into this situation.
Your Honor, I totally agree with you. This man is still up to the same foolishness that he was up to in the first time he appeared in front of you. Now, I respect this lawyer for fighting hard for her client, but ma'am, your client is a knucklehead and the judge isn't having it.
And Your Honor, we've had that discussion at length in the breakout room. He understands what it would take to resolve his matters. He understands how he has to represent himself in court. And so I think he's in a position that he wants to resolve these matters. We've had the discussion. We asked for leniency and mercy from the court. I understand if the condition is that he still has to do 30 days in the Wayne County Jail, although we would ask if the court would reconsider that sentence now that he has taken the time to actually listen to advice of counsel and be made fully aware of how he should present himself in court. I know that it's his intention to resolve these matters without any further court appearances or draining any further resources or delaying the process anymore. And I know that the court doesn't want to delay the process any further. I understand his behavior is what put us in this position as of right now, but we're just hoping to resolve today if the court will allow.
I'm not moved. I gave him ample, it's a 27 plus, maybe 30 plus minute video. I gave him ample opportunity. You know, and I'm not moved.
I mean, Your Honor, I mean, in that video, I did apologize to you for, I guess.
You apologize after you got the 30 days. I'm not moved.
I apologize after the offense was, I mean, I don't know what else I would apologize.
You and you still haven't showed up, and it's been over a year, and now you want me to have some sympathy for you and to resolve the matters. I have no sympathy for you at all.
Mm-hmm.
I tried to discuss. We tried to give you a fair opportunity to be heard. You keep spewing these legal theories that I've never heard of before, and I've given you an opportunity at that date to speak with the lawyer. You refuse that. You refuse all the opportunities I've given you. And you came in here another time a couple of months ago, and I told you we weren't going to hear it then. You got to go report to the Wayne County Jail.
Mm-hmm.
So you've had ample opportunity.
You'd have me go to jail.
No, on behalf of Jameel Lockhart, I do understand that, and I know the court may hear this often, but he does have a family that he supports. It would be a great hardship on his family, his resources, and his sense of economy in terms of his job if he would have to submit himself to 30 days in the Wayne County Jail. I understand that the court is not inclined to change that.
I didn't just give him the 30 days on the, he should have thought about that when I was asking him. I let him speak when I was asking him to not try to overtalk the court. Let me give him an opportunity to speak. He continued to disobey that. He should have thought about that then. There's a whole lot of people up in the penitentiary that have families that they take care of, and he's not going to the penitentiary. It's just county jail.
Simply put, it is too late. Your sovereign citizen rhetoric got you into this trouble, and now you have to face the consequences. Now, any future sovereign citizen looking to make these arguments in court, use this video as evidence that none of that crap works.
So I'm just not moved.
Would this court consider amending it in such a way that he could only do weekends to complete his 30 days?
Yeah, but he hasn't even come to done anything. I'm not inclined to do anything for Mr. Jameer Lockhart or the person of Jameer Lockhart or whatever he wants to be called or however he wants to be described himself. Jameel Lockhart.
So yeah, he has the matters that are set on the docket for today. He has presented himself to the court today.
Okay, you want to take we'll take off the warrant, we'll give him a pretrial date, and then he can go do his 30 days. And he can tell the sheriff in there that what his next court date is, and they can, or somebody can rid him out then. City of Detroit versus Jameel Amir Lockhart, case numbers SP 1247989, counts 1, 2, and 3. State of Michigan. Now the laws just don't apply to him. State of Michigan versus Jameel Amir Lockhart, case number SX 378-29611. Appearance for the record, please.
Sherika Harris, on behalf of Jameel Lockhart, sir, could you state the name of the person that you are representing on the record, please, or that you identify, please?
You better not mess this up.
So my name is Jameel Lockhart.
For purposes of arraignment, Your Honor, my client would stand mute, but we would ask if the court could read the charges, please and thank you, so that Mr. Lockhart is aware of what he is charged with and the nature of the charges.
It's also called SP 1218072, counts 1 and counts 2 into the record as well. The SP 1218071, that's a license improper. License improper, that's a maximum possible penalties, 93 days in jail and or $500 in fines. Count 2 of that is a no insurance misdemeanor, maximum possible penalty, 93 days in jail and or $500 in fines. SP 1247989, counts 1, unregistered, untitled, maximum possible penalty, 93 days in jail and or $500 in fines. SP 2 of that is an improper license, maximum possible penalty, 93 days in jail and or $500 in fines. Count 3 of that is a no insurance, maximum possible penalty, 93 days in jail and or $500 in fine. And SX 378296111, that's an improper license, maximum possible penalty, 93 days in jail and or $500 in fines. He's got an expired plate that's in default that I'm not gonna set aside. He owes $174 on that. As for purposes of arraignment counsel.
Again, Your Honor, Jamil Lockhart would stand mute. Ask that the court would enter a not guilty plea at this time on his behalf. Mr. Lockhart, I hope you're recalling these are all things that we discussed in the breakout room. I told you how the process works.
All right, I'll enter a not guilty plea on his behalf. I'll give him a $0 bond. We'll set a pretrial in the matter for 9/22/2023 at 8:30 a.m. All right.
Your Honor, there is
Still-
currently a recommendation if the court would allow a plea.
No. He's gonna have to go do the time.
So, sir, as we discussed, I think you would be better suited if you, one, hire an attorney, two, go to the Wayne County Jail and submit yourself so that your matters could be resolved. I understand that when you
Last
appear
time
in court, there's
I
different
checked.
attorneys.
He didn't want an attorney. And I guess you have gotten through to him a little bit. He changed it. He came in here, hearing on behalf of the person, Jameer Lockhart. And then when he asked him to state his name, he came and he indicated that he was Jameer Lockhart now. So I don't know what he, like I say.
I mean, if I could speak a little bit here. I don't know, Your Honor, I'm not a criminal. I just want to handle this, get this over with.
I didn't say you were a criminal, sir. I didn't listen.
No, I know you didn't.
I didn't say you were a criminal. As it stands now, these are allegations. So until there's an adjudication of either guilt or not guilt, that'll determine, whether you're a criminal or not. So I don't know. You got these allegations out here. So I didn't make that comment. You were a criminal.
Right. No, I'm not saying that you did. But I just want to handle this and, put this to rest. At this point, I feel like it's taken up too much of my time, too much of, your time, I'm sure. And,
No, this is what I do every day, sir. I serve the city residents of the city of Detroit and the state of Michigan and whoever comes in here. So it doesn't take up my time. This is what we do.
Yeah. So yeah, and continuing, I would just like to, get this over with, pay whatever fines need to be paid. I would like to have my license back. I can't rent a car when I travel. I would like to be able to do that. So whatever I owe for these civil offenses.
Last year, over a year and a half ago.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, yeah, I mean, I just want to resolve this. Whatever I owe for those offenses, I'm willing to pay, and it'll be done with this situation. I truthfully don't think it's your, mission to put people in jail that have not harmed anybody or committed any offense against, any actual live human being. I'm only guilty of speaking out of turn. And, I should have handled this differently. I can see that now, but yeah, I really just want to get this whole situation rectified, and whatever the charges are that I need to pay, I'm willing to do that, and I'll put this to rest.
All right, I'll let them speak. Next pretrial date is September 22nd.
Yeah,
Well,
based
with
on the
that being
statements.
said, that being said, I don't think, based on everything that has happened, our history, the claim in federal court that I have against you, Michigan judicial tenure, complaints that I have against you, I think you have a duty to recuse yourself from any of my cases.
Saying stupid things like that is exactly why your behind is about to do 30 days in jail. It would be absolutely hilarious if the judge upped the jail time to 60 or 90 days, because this man clearly hasn't learned a goddamn thing.
I haven't been privy to any judicial tenure complaint. My first duty is a duty to sit. I feel
did
that I
put it in your mailbox.
okay, well. All right, well, the Judicial Tenure Commission will have to come and I'll have to respond to them accordingly if they present something to me.
Okay.
All right. Have a great day, sir. Next court date, 9/22. You're still expected to turn yourself into the Wayne County Jail.
Well, Your Honor, I would ask one final argument. I understand that he may have indicated he did not want an attorney to represent him. Jail time is a very harsh penalty. And I know that the court didn't just immediately come to that decision. I would ask if the court would consider some of the things that were stated on the record in terms of he now has a better understanding. He is remorseful of how things played out. And I would ask if the court would issue a monetary fine for the contempt rather than jail. If the court would, please.
And he's got a proceeding in federal court against him. So where is it, where is this,
I'm simply trying to protect.
Your Honor, Your Honor, Mr. Lockhart, on behalf of Mr. Lockhart, stop. What I'm saying, the court has to understand the fact that a lot of these things came into play before today. So if in fact there was something filed, it was before today, before having a better understanding of how the process works, how to conduct oneself in court, and that one is held to the same standards as an attorney. I would ask if the court would consider converting that jail term into a monetary fine.
Not at this point.
Your Honor, I only have a federal claim against you as a means to try to keep myself out of jail, right? It's not something that I want to do,
You can take any action. You can take any action under the law that you choose to, sir. I haven't prevented you or even tried to even attempt to prevent you, and I can't prevent you from doing it.
I don't want to do that. I just want to handle this, pay whatever I need to pay, and move on.
Again, advocating on behalf of
needs to be sitting in jail. I'm an upstanding individual. I have a lot of people that depend on me, and I haven't harmed anyone, and I never would.
Understood. Thank you for that allocation. But on behalf of defense would now move to ask if the court would allow a hearing on the contempt proceedings.
That hearing has sailed. He has been gone. He has 30 days for the hearing. Procedurally, that has sailed a long time ago.
So he already had a hearing on it?
No, we asked him, offered a hearing on that. We offered him an attorney on that before we entered into found him in contempt. We offered him to speak with the lawyer on that day. He chose not to. It's been over, I would say, quite frankly, a year at least. The motion he was going to file a motion by 5/27/2022. It's been a long time. Those ships have sailed.
But Your Honor, arguably, he didn't have the assistance of counsel. So I would ask, did we go through all of the steps for him to waive his right to counsel in that type of proceeding?
Well, you can go back and look at the transcript. If he wants some representation now, he can either have a court appointed a lawyer, or he can hire a lawyer on his own. But at this juncture, I'm not inclined, I get people tell me I'm too lenient and I'm a defense judge, and I try to be fair to everybody that comes through here. I gave Mr. Lockhart, and I'm giving Mr. Lockhart now, over a half hour when other people only get 5 minutes to speak. I gave him ample time today and back when he came in court the last time. And you say that he's changed, but he came into court today spewing the same stuff that he started out before he talked to you, that he did when he was there. I read those motions that he filed, which was in the court's eyes, had no basis in law whatsoever. None. I've never seen those legal theories that he's purporting. I don't know if you, well, let me strike that. I've seen those legal theories that he's purported, but I've never seen those in the rules of court rules. I've never seen that in any of the law books that I've ever read. So I told him this back then, that he needs to go get the rules. I gave him an opportunity to read the rules of procedure. He refused everything. Now, it's the transcript of it. You can order the transcript. He can hire his own lawyer, and he'll get whatever kind of hearing that he will get. I'm not going to recuse myself from the case.
Understood, Your Honor.
Okay.
I have nothing further.
Very well. Next court date, September 22nd, 2023, will be a pretrial. Have a very good day, sir. And again, you're ordered to turn yourself into the Wayne County Jail.
Okay.
Have a great day.
I can tell by the look on that boy's face that he is not going to turn himself in. Now, I'm so glad that the judge stayed firm with this man having to turn himself in and do 30 days. And I also want to say that that lawyer tried her very best to help this man, and she didn't even have to, because she's not actually his attorney. So bless her heart